Good evening and welcome to Mediation. My name is Janice Robson and I will be your mediator today. If either one of you have an objection to this, we can reschedule your appointment and get you a different mediator. Does anybody have an objection? Okay, cool. Since mediation is a voluntary process, this says to me that both of you want to be here today and discuss the issue at hand. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to explain the process to you. Since this is a formal meeting, you can call me by my first name. As I said earlier, is Janice. Is it fine that I call you by your first name? Alrighty, so let me go ahead and explain the process to you. I'm not a judge, not a prosecutor. My role here is to help facilitate conversation and communication and go ahead and reach a mutual agreement. I will remain neutral the whole time. As I said, I'm just here to facilitate the conversation between you two. My main concern is not what happened in the past, but let's go ahead and see what we can do from here. I want you to be able to listen to each other. There'll be no interrupting of each other. And we're just going to be brainstorming ideas. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and read the consent form. Alright, our consent form rules here today is that the parties are involved in a dispute which they voluntarily wish to submit to mediation, just like as we discussed. Mediation is voluntary, structured problem-solving process in which one or more neutral, impartial third persons assist the parties to dispute in negotiating a voluntary agreement resolving the dispute. The mediator facilitates the negotiations but does not impose his or her views on what the agreement should be. And as I said earlier, this is what will be happening. The mediator believes that the dispute can be resolved. However, because the mediation itself and any agreement resolving the dispute will be voluntary acts of the parties, the mediator cannot and does not guarantee that the dispute will be resolved. While participating in mediation, each party agrees to make a good faith attempt to reach a reasonable resolution of this dispute through mediation, to cooperate with the mediator and the other parties, to allow the other parties to present their positions without unnecessary interruptions or objections, and to be open, candid, and complete in the efforts to resolve the dispute. The mediator assigned to this case agrees to pursue the mediation diligently. The parties understand that the mediator has no authority to decide any case, is not acting as representative, advocate, or legal advisor for any party, and is not to provide legal advice to any party involved in mediation. Each party specifically agrees to obtain legal advice on any issue of interest to him or her from their own attorney, and not to rely upon the mediator for such advice. Each party agrees to hold the said mediator harmless for any observations, suggestions, or implications that I may say, make in the course of mediation, and or for any claim arising from the mediation process. Each party waives any right of action that he or she may have against the mediator for any allegation of wrongful conduct on his or her part while acting of the course of the mediation hearing agreed to the part hereto. The parties have been informed of grievance and of the mediation processes and the time frames associated with them. This agreement to mediate does not negate or suspend any statutory or collective bargaining agreement time frames. Each party understands that the mediation can be terminated at any time by any party or by the mediator. Each party agrees that he or she will not call any mediator who mediates this case to act as witness in any pending or future arbitration or administration or judicial proceeding to testify to facts concerning or relating to the subject matter here being mediated. No party will dispose a mediator or subpoena, compel production of, or otherwise seek documents of information about the case which may have been retired by a mediator. So with that being read, do both of you understand this today? Okay, if I can get you to sign the agreement. Thank you. Alright. So to go further in the process and what will be happening, as the consent form said, everything is confidential. At the end of this, I want you to turn in your notes. I will be providing pencil and paper to you, so when both of you are discussing, you can write down what the others are saying without having to interrupt them, as we stated, which we don't want to do. I will also be turning in my notes and be throwing them away. The only things that I will be keeping is the take form from the beginning and the agreement that we come up with at the end. I may ask to speak with you individually, and that would just not be me taking sides. I would just want to hear your side without the other person present. And if I do it for one, I will also do it for the other. Our usual practice here is to let whoever brought this mediation speak first. So if you guys are ready, start, let's begin.